Live from Vancouver, Canada, it's broadcast number 5. That's right, it's Bvtw back with this week's celebrity news. It's your boy Blue here, your host for tonight. Today we're opening up the broadcast with some fun animal stories. Interesting story on the other side of the globe, all the way over in Sweden, as they start to train crows to throw away cigarette butts. Geez, you know the economy is in trouble when birds are lining up to get a job. Please hire me, man. I'm an empty nester. I gotta save up for retirement. They actually chose crows because they're highly intelligent. Unlike people, they can actually be taught to pick up their garbage. And before PETA comes steamrolling in to ruin this, it needs to be pointed out that the crows are just doing this on a volunteer basis. They just want to get their volunteer hours in so they can maybe get off the street and go into a nice school. Maybe Cornell? Or Harvard? Speaking of PETA, in response to the latest Jackass movie, they're trying to get a criminal investigation started because they believe there were multiple animal cruelty laws violated. Hey PETA, those guys may act like animals, but they're human too. I think you owe Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O an apology. Shame on you. They claim that the men provoked and agitated a spider, a turtle, a snake, and of course the bull that you can see in the trailer. I mean, come on PETA, it's called acting, okay? It's just CGI. This spider is actually just Wee Man in a motion capture suit. Amateurs. Next up, Angelina from Jersey Shore is questioning her entire marriage after seeing a pet psychic. You heard that right, folks, a pet psychic. After hearing about the incident, her husband is also questioning their marriage. Denied. Apparently, the psychic was talking to their dog, Peanut, and said she knows everything. She watches everything in this house and doesn't like Chris. Some of the ladies started to turn on her after that, but the psychic said she's just picking all this up from Peanut. She said, I think your husband might be sleeping with someone. She's got a body, hair, is likely between 5 and 6 feet tall, between the ages of 20 and 50, lives somewhere, has a woman's name. Amazing. I don't know how she does it. In other celebrity news, we've got an update on Kanye, folks. Apparently, a lot of people have been asking him to make NFTs, to which he replied, do not ask me to do a f***ing NFT. Looks like he's already got an NFT. He's got no f***ing time for that. After appearing in some pictures with Magic Johnson, the mayor of LA was asked why he wasn't wearing a mask when he's been encouraging his citizens to wear masks. He said it's simple. I hold my breath. Zero risk. He said it's just like the pull-out method. 60% of the time, it works every time. It's actually part of the new CDC recommendations. You can't catch COVID if you hold your breath. Science! Next, we've got a story straight out of the history books. Well, they would be out of the history books, but this pastor probably burned all of them last week. Down in Tennessee, a pastor, along with a crowd of followers, held a public book burning, which included books like Harry Potter and Twilight, as well as a lot of Disney merchandise. Nothing says the devil quite like Mickey Mouse. I mean, where does tail go? That's what I want to know. Probably sold it to the devil to get another Oscar nomination. Interestingly, that book with the devil in it, with murder and rape all over it, not included. What one was that again? Oh, right, the Bible. The whole event was actually posted to Facebook, where they had around 2.3 million followers. Wow. Maybe I should open up a church. Maybe start a cult. That could be fun. Speaking of books and lessons and such, wild story out of Missouri as charges against a high school teacher were dropped after she married her student. That's because now that they're married, he can't take the stand as a witness against his wife. Of course, it's disgusting to have sex with your student. Unless you're married, then it's fine. For anyone that was mad about that one, I didn't even tell a joke there. I literally just stated the law, and it's so insane that it sounded like a joke. The happy couple are still together, and for their honeymoon, they're headed off to Disneyland. She'll be happy to know that her husband will be getting a discount on the tickets, but he also isn't old enough to go on all the rides. But lucky him, he'll also be getting to ride her spinning teacups all night long. In other crime news, boxer Jermall Charlo has had his robbery case dismissed. Originally, it was claimed that he stole a bunch of money from a waitress after getting his credit card rejected. I mean, I get it. That's always my first thought when a card gets declined. Oh, you don't think I got money? Let's see who's got money now, Walmart. In the end, it was determined there was not enough evidence to proceed with the case. Of course there isn't enough evidence. He was wearing gloves. I mean, come on. That's crime 101. We've got another crazy story in the world of crime here as a woman was recorded destroying her ex-boyfriend's house with a hammer when he asked her to come over and smash. I don't think that's what he had in mind. After breaking up, she destroyed everything, computers, TVs, mattresses, and put 71 holes in the wall. She said she was going to stop at 69, but wanted to blow a couple more holes first. Amazingly, the cops came to the house 6 times before she was finally arrested. The cops said this is because technically, as a resident of the house, she can destroy anything she wants. Hey, listen, kids, I don't know what kind of freaky stuff you're into here. Just keep the noise to a minimum, all right? The neighbors are starting to complain. Eventually, she was released from jail on a bond, but she ended up going back. She stole the security cameras and burned some important documents in the bathtub. It's a little late to try and destroy the evidence now, lady. It's already all over TikTok. Probably should have worn gloves. Might have gotten away with it. In other celebrity crime news, last week a man broke into Kat Von D's house, only to say that he really needed to use the bathroom. Hey, we've all been there. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Oh, yep, sorry. Didn't mean to wake you up. It was an emergency. Needed to drop a fresh deuce. You just go back to sleep. I'll let myself out.
Knock, knock.
Oh, it looks like Loki has a little bit of a joke for us today. Who's there, Loki?
Kat Von D.
Kat Von D who?
Kat Von D's nuts.
Moving on, we've got everyone's favorite segment, This Week in Florida. This week in Florida, a man found himself in a bit of traffic on the highway and wound up getting his car full of bullets. The twist? He was the one who shot up his car. When asked why, he said, "That's just how we kill mosquitoes down here." Apparently, he actually cut someone off, and the other car came back, drove up, and threw a water bottle at his car. Then, in a bad case of some road rage, he then unloaded 11 shots from a handgun, shooting all over the place with his eyes closed. Last time I saw him like that, I woke up in the middle of the night and painted the floor of my bathroom a nice shade of yellow. To make it even crazier, he actually ended up calling the cops. 911? Yeah, you won't believe this. This guy tried to give me some water on the highway. And what did you do, sir? I emptied the clip, of course. I see. You're hired. In true Florida fashion, his lawyer said that this was completely justified because he pulled it out in self-defense. Funny, last time I whipped it out in traffic, I just destroyed the seats of my car. That's not self-defense, though. That's self-offense. That brings us to the end of the news this week. If you've got any news stories you want me to cover for next week, shoot me a message or leave a comment below. As always, this show makes fun of everyone, and I want everyone else to do the same. Leave your jokes in the comments below, down in the war zone. Put your own jokes about what I've talked about today, or even make some jokes about this guy, me. If I like what you have done, you might see your post on Twitter, Insta, or maybe even a video in the future. But that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching. See you next week, and remember, stay true to you, stay blue.